Hello everyone, this is Mr.UnknownEarn, and yes, this is like kind of supposed to be the third episode, but the real third episode, I don't know what happened to the audio file to it. Well, it was there, but it got corrupted, so I didn't want to post it. It was just me talking about like my team stuff, like what I've done over the for the last week. As you see, I have done some work. I got now 5 amethysts that I use, one that I don't, being this Vin Baker. My favorite card out of these is still this Stephen Marbury, because I got one with clamps apparently. This cat is still really nice. I have yet to use the Paul Westphal card. You'll see why I have him. Rip Hamilton's probably really good. He's really good in my opinion. Same with the Sean Elliott for defense. James Wiseman, I'm in the mid, or James Wiseman. James Worthy isn't still a debate. I don't know if he really is going to be part of my team. Rudy Gobert, I've yet to play him in an actual game, but from what I've heard, he's actually really decent. Yes, if you have not already told, I have a lot of Suns players, because, let's go over here. I did complete 2 sets. The Pistons one, because I already had this Rip Hamilton card. I think I'm just going to keep him until his value, or not his value, his production on the court, being once he becomes super outdated. I'm going to keep him until then. And that same goes for the Paul Westphal and even the Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire duo, but he's not a Suns card. And plus, I am wanting to eventually try to get this Luka card. That's why I've been trying to play some Unlimited, and hopefully I can try to play some Triple Threat online and start winning games. As if you do not know, I have yet to win any online game, really. Well, until today. As you see, we did purchase some cards like that T-Ross. We still have 2 cards from the very first promo because MPJ and Jalen Green are still one of my favorite cards in the game. It's hard for me to put them on the team. Yes, this is out when who was the main face? AI and Chris Bosh packs came out. This Boyan is still a really nice card. I don't think he's ever going to make an actual team, but because of that speed. But if I really am in a need of just someone who can provide shooting, he's definitely one of those cards, and he's pretty good for limited. This Marvin Bagley card, I love my man Marvin Bagels. Like, a lot of his cards are really fun to use, but I'm still trying to get comfortable with that card. Oh! I didn't know you can get Phil Jackson. If you do all the... I don't think that's worth it, to be honest with you. Oh, that sucks. I generally don't think that's any useful. But as you know, I do use my free agent cards, but not for online. I only played offline with them. But this Moses Malone card actually played a game. He may not be shown, but yeah. But let's go to some of our lineups. We got 2 lineups. My main lineup, which is still a work in progress, with the point guard, small forward, power forward, and backup center still needing work. Yes, I know this Jeff Green card isn't going to be as great as it's worthy, but in my opinion, I like Jeff Green a little bit more than the worthy card. I know the rebounding sucks, but we're going to replace Chris Boucher anyway, so yeah. And just when I played the first, so as you do know, I'm 0-2. Well, yeah, 0-2. Worthy was one of my worst cards that I used in the second game. I wanted to try to win my first game, but it's just something about this Worthy card that just made me not really care for it. And also, Mitchell Robertson being my starting center was a bit of a yikes. This Ron Harper card's not the worst. I really like this card, this Eric Jones Jr. card. He's more of my domination player. But yeah, as you do see, I got Marbury, T-Ross, Elliott, and Devontae Graham, who is actually on this team. Pretty much the backup 5 and every Ruby card in the starting 5 are going to be replaced. If you would like to know, Ron Harper will be replaced by Kyrie Irving, TJ Warren, Draymond Green, and Serge Ibaka. And if I do end up getting Carmelo Anthony, Draymond Green will replace Green, and then obviously Carmelo would go into the starting 5. Yes, I will be running him at the 4, and also D-Book, who I am on the track to get to. I think I'd rather get rid of T-Ross, mainly because I cannot trade away Rip Hamilton, and I want to try to use as much value to him. But that's also can be moved to this team. This is my budget squad. If you can't tell, all these cards are very cheap. In fact, I think the most expensive card here is probably either Worthy or this Nash card. Everyone else is a free card, and yes, there's the free agent card, Moses Malone. It's just I like using my free agent cards up to 2 games, if you haven't noticed. And right now, I don't know what center I do want as a 3rd string. Like, Mitchell Robertson's fun. There's Andre Drummond, who's interesting. Marvin Bagley is probably the player I'm going to put here. But yeah, there was a player that was on this team that I just did not like, and it was this guy. I don't know. I need to get more games with them, but Simons, I don't really care for. It's just something about the card. His release is not bad. Everything else is okay. I like this Chauncey Billups card. But for Steph Curry, he's like one of my best 3-point shooters in the game. But we're going to put Chauncey Billups there. We have shooting in Tim Hardaway Jr., Miles Bridges, who, yes, I know he only has a 79 3, but I do have a good coach, which allows him to shoot with an 83 3-ball. Worthy, who getting some playtime here because Jeff Green is on my actual team. He won't be on my actual team. But I do plan on selling this card because I just don't like it. And to be real with you, Bagley would actually be on the starting 5. Or actually, MPJ. I like MPJ a little bit more, but Bagels. And then Chris Boucher. I might actually do that. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out where everyone's going to be going on this lineup because there's a lot of pieces that I'm in the middle of, like, do I keep? Do I sell? What do I do with it? Yeah, we got Nash pairing up with this, well, I wish this was a Suns card, but with Amari. We got Paul Westphal, who, if you don't remember, the Diamond Paul Westphal from last year's exchange market, I really like that card. So getting an Amethyst one that doesn't look that bad, I want to use him. Plus, I got him for only 4,000, which I believe was a steal because he's around 7,000. Evan Fournier, sorry, my language, but is a sniper. This man don't miss. He don't miss. Then we got MPJ, same reason. He's a sniper. Mari is actually a fairly good defender, and the reason why I was willing to put him here is because I compared him to Mitchell. Like, he's a better offensive player by a mile, more athletic, a little bit better ball handling. Yes, his defense is really questionable, but he's rebounding wise, he's fast. And he's not that much shorter, and when I compare him to Andre Drummond, he is worse at defense, but everything else he's better at. Eventually, yes, I'm going to put someone here, and yes, Mari might be gone, and Steve Nash might also too. But yeah, this Larry Cannon card is a very interesting card. He looks pretty decent, like outside of his shooting, which even with my coach boost, he'll have a 63. Which is why I don't know if I want to keep him. I wouldn't mind putting this James Harden or Green, Kobe, Rick Van Arsdale. I just don't like saying that first name. And Nick Anderson. Even this Kawhi card is actually not the worst card. Yes, he's not going to be crazy overpowered, but he's a solid defender that can also space the floor. Same goes for this Oubre, who may not be great at defense, as bad, like crazy good, but he's solid enough to play there. Got Thad Young, who's really decent at, like I said, if I'd just rather have scoring, Bojan's here, who's also decent at defense. Derek Jones Jr. is also a really good candidate for this spot. In fact, I might even put him instead because he can actually shoot and he's not that much worse. Vin Baker, I might give a shot on this team. Like I said, I don't know who is actually going to be on this team, who's not. Because pretty much this is just like a team where like cards I would like to use make it. For instance, I'm saying a lot of words over again. The Nash card, who I wanted to use, this Paul Westphal. Michael Porter Jr., who I like way too much to get rid of, is sitting here. Literally all the Sapphire shooting guards, besides Dick Van Arsdale, that are auctionable, being the Duncan, Jalen Green, Nick Anderson. To be honest, I'm going to use Duncan over Miles Bridges, and I'm going to be replacing you. That's how this is going to be, actually. And then have you there. Yeah, I like this a lot more. But for now, for the time being, I will actually be adding so the MPJ. I like his length, but I want to try to use this Larry Kenyon card. Kenyon. Kenyan card. And yeah, to be honest, he would be better as a starter because of Boucher being able to space the floor. Boucher, I don't know how you say it. And if he's struggling, we got a 3-point specialist. Yeah. But if you have not noticed, well, I'm in the Amethyst board now. I'm getting this Serge Ibaka. He's going to be my backup center, like I said. And we are still only 19 games in. I still have 14 more games until I get Draymond Green, which, yes, is a long shot. And I'll get TJ Warren if I evolve all those cards, which I should be able to evolve them, especially through these last 3 games. And I've still not have played this game. I don't really care for the draft mode because it is kind of difficult. I've gotten my 3 rings, week 4. Hopefully I can get this because I don't have any. I should be available all weekend this time. And yes, we have actually won a game. We finally broke my horrible streak of 0-2 and won a game, which I'm going to show you like a few good shots being like, yeah, a few good shots pretty much. Like, well, I'll show you the good highlights. It was a very short game. But yeah, Doc Rivers was my coach, and I don't really think there's much else. Yes, I haven't touched any of these exchanges. I've evoed every card besides this Nikola Jokic, which I don't like. I do use the grading system just to grade them, and I got a near mint one. Cool. Or just a mint. I don't really use the shoemaker or whatever. And we did get lucky and got a pack for the locker code, but I didn't get a single player. The player I got was it Truck Robertson? Well, whatever it was, yeah. And yes, I did have 100,000 MT at one point, but because of my little project I wanted to do, being buying all the Pistons and the Suns cards for potentially a Diamond Luka, I was alright with it. Obviously, if I do get Diamond Luka, T. Ross or Rip will be not sold, but replaced on the team. Maybe Rip will be replacing Darius Miles, and Darius Miles will make a visit to the budget squad here that I like. I like using this team a little bit more because obviously this team isn't the best I want it to be. I can definitely win with this team if I really try because starting 5 is going to be good regardless. But I want to use it when I actually have my full team. Pretty much at the end of the season, you're going to see what my God squad is for the end of the season. And right now, you're only going to see the budget squad. And I think this is going to be the time I'm going to end off. Obviously, I'm going to stop talking. You're just going to see some highlights. I really hope I do remember to put some background music so it's not just like just sound effects in the game. So pray, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I've actually not been uploading at all, really. I've only uploaded like maybe 2 videos every week. And I really want to try to upload videos, but with school and me constantly having work, and Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and eventually almost every other Saturday, I am booked. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays are really the main days I get off. Sundays I do as well a little bit, but depends on what I have to do on Sundays. Like right now, I'm actually behind on schedule because I have a lot of work to do. But I wanted to play a game of my team, get a video off hopefully, and yeah. And something I want to also say before I actually leave is, if there is literally anything, I mean, like, let's say your dog died, or your dog ran away, or something that's like bothering you, go ahead, put it in the comment section down below. I'm here and not here, obviously, because I'm just a guy. But I go through a lot of that kind of issues. I have emotions and certain feelings that bring down my energy, which is why It's one of the main reasons why I stopped doing work, like schoolwork and all that. I completely fall under pressure and just feel lost in many cases. And obviously I can't stop it. Well, I could if I really tried, but it's also very hard. Those who go through what I'm going through, like mental struggles, would understand. So when I try to upload videos, it's when I'm really in mode, like fully engaged, ready to upload. But obviously there's videos where I'm just going to be kind of out of it. Like right now, I'm really trying to stay happy and give a smile. But yeah, I struggle. Everyone struggles. In fact, I don't think there's a single person in real life that doesn't have like a struggle with their emotions. Everyone goes through these things. It's just we're not all alone. We are all a cohesive online family. But I think that's going to be the wraps up. We're going to go to the little bit of highlights. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya. Peace. Love ya. Bye. Stay frosty, my friends. Here we are in the game. We ended up starting it off with a nice N1. Then we got in the next possession. Like I said, this is only just good highlight. James Worthy with the nice post spin. You looking like Hakeem the Dream with that move. Getting by Blake Griffin. Then we have Chris Boucher, who finds Tim Hardaway Jr. for the tray. This man was a green bean money-making machine. Then we got Nash throwing it right to MPJ. Just something Nash would do. He's a passer. Got MPJ trying to bully Derrick Jones Jr., but it didn't work, so we gave it to our free agency Moses Malone to get a nice 2. And then you see the guy literally pauses. I kid you not. I was upset. Yes, I'm winning by 4, but I was kind of upset. I don't know why. If you're losing by 4 points, like you have to pause. Obviously, it took him until the second quarter to start putting defensive settings, and I put defensive settings in as soon after he unpaused, because then I knew shit was going to get down. Mind my language, but who cares? Next time we get the ball, we post up with Ron Harper, who finds Evan Fournier for 3. Green bean. And we go up by 5. He almost turns it over. We make him force a timeout to go off, I think. No, we just play good defense on his Gerald Griffin, the diamond one that you're able to get. Got Ron Harper driving in. See our boy Evan Fournier once again. Green release. Bang! And that's pretty much it. He left right afterwards. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. Love y'all.